reduced teams that do the second phase of the World Cup.
Patrick, this is the extra distance on the track, and it's a very steep climb to our left as we look at it. This descent is easy. So a couple of, well, obviously 1.5 kilometers further for the men than it was for the women. Volkov certainly looking sparky, dynamic. It's slow conditions with the temperatures down around -8, -10, and the machine-made snow. It's always very aggressive on the base of your skis.
Remember, Russia had a lead of 21 seconds at the exchange. Well, Volkov has done well. He's extended it, now 24.3. So he's gained himself 2 missed shots, effectively, over the rest of the teams. Lesser, Schlesinger, Beatrix with Germany, Czech Republic, and, of course, France.
I wonder if we'll see, in fact, I already noticed it slightly, the Belarus men are being coached by none other than Raphael Poiré, and he said he couldn't really believe their structure of training, and he's completely stripped it back. He's put fun into their training. He's got them doing so many different activities. All they did was roller ski and shoot forever. So he brought a little bit of magic to the training. So the Belarus men, I think, will see them so much better this year.
Well, there they are in 7th position at the moment. Nice to have Raphael back in the fold. Do you think he's made a good move going for a foreign team rather than trying to get involved with France?
I'm sure many people would be thinking, why wouldn't the legend that he was work for his own? He just said, well, it came by chance. There was a friend of his, a waxman, who was working, a Frenchman working for the Belarus team, and he was saying, listen, they so badly need some help in their training ideas, and he thought, well, there's a project to make them better. And he gets plenty of time at home.
Good strong skiing from Volkov, who's making the rest chase very, very hard. And that's the advantage of having the lead at this stage of the relay. The other teams have to take a risk, and they can't afford to ease off too much as they come in to shoot for the first time. Germany, you may recognise Eric Lesser, Simon Schemp taking the last leg for Germany. Schlesinger, 20.5, so he's pretty much kept pace with Volkov out front. And Volkov now easing off, so he's been easing off for the last 500 metres. This should be a fairly rapid shoot from him.
Just for well, there's the Russian coaches, but the Swedish fans are more interested in the Swedish team. It was 2 minutes, Patrick, at the changeover to Bjorn Ferry. And just try and see what's happening on the track. He's not closing that down. He's lost 1 second on the track. A lot of work for the Swedes to do. 2 minutes is massive over this distance.
Yeah, 1 minute absolute maximum to make up on the final leg of this relay. So Bjorn Ferry's got to do something spectacular in these conditions. I can't see the Russians making too many mistakes. Russia so far have missed 4 targets, which is more than we would have expected. Germany have only missed 1. I can't see a single team that have hit all the targets so far. Germany with 1 miss are on the top of the pile. Belarus have missed 2, Italy have missed 2, and Ukraine have missed 3.
Love this position from Volkov. His shoulders are level, the spine is straight, and good support through the legs. He's getting maximum breathing through his lower stomach.
Eric Lesser in lane 2 for Germany. A chance to close a few seconds down on the Russians with that 1 mistake from Volkov. Slow first shot from Lesser, but now he's underway and shooting very, very fast indeed. 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5. Nice result from him. France go clear with 5 out of 5. Good shooting from Beatrix. And now we have Ukraine with 2 misses. Norway are missing an opportunity to close the gap, but still in contention for a podium finish here. And of course, the Norwegians we ought to just monitor their performance over that first lap. Erlend Bjørntegard, who's pretty much a new name to the World Cup skiing. We've seen him at Youth World Championships, but he's a new name. There you see he's in 5th position at the moment. And after the second exchange, we'll try and let you know exactly where he was standing. He was 20.7 behind. He's now 20.4, so he's made a slim gain.
It's a good start, especially when so many teams have been shooting well, but then we look at teams right now in the picture who are shooting very badly in these almost perfect conditions. Italy, Switzerland, Belarus struggling to get the targets down.
Here comes Sweden, and there's definitely a chance here for Bjorn Ferry to make up 4 or 5 places.
On the track, he has moved up, Bjorn Ferry. He's pulled back 5 seconds.
Well, he might as well go for broke here, don't you feel?
He has to. He really, I think he'll take the prone cam, and then we know how fast he can shoot in the stand position.
Then again, if he rushes and makes mistakes, it's not going to do his confidence any good for the rest of the week. They'll be glad they got Monday, Tuesday off. The programme starts again on Wednesday with the individual races. Wednesday, Thursday are individuals. And then the season very much underway. First 4 going down for Bjorn Ferry, and the race leaders are now nearly 2 minutes into the next lap. And the speed they ski at the moment, 2 minutes, is around 900 metres, 800-900 metres.
Yeah, incredibly fast here. And look at Bjorn Ferry. I love his style. I was watching him in his training in October on his skis, and so much drop through his upper body. And he has quite a lean forward as well when we see him in the skate 1 on the steeper climbs. Look at that lean forward, dropping so much quick power through the arms. Well, nobody knows this shooting range better than Bjorn Ferry, and he hesitated before his 5th shot, and that's why he missed it.
So 5 shoots completed of the total 8. We've got 2 more standing shoots to come, 1 in the prone position for the last leg runners, and now the gaps are starting to grow. Finland 2 minutes behind. They're not going to feature in the top 3. The host nation, who generally do pretty well here in Oestersund, maybe they'll have to wait until Wednesday, Thursday before they start to shine.
No British team racing today, Patrick, and that's because the girls, Adele and Neris Jones, they had to qualify at IBU Cup in order to take part. And biathlon internationally, you have to now qualify to race at World Cup, and if you drop outside of a 15% or 20% sorry at World Cup, you then have to drop back down again into the IBU Cup to re-qualify it.
Do you approve?
I think it's a good system. I do. It keeps the World Cup standards very high. So what we see here in the picture at World Cup, it's very high-class racing.
Yeah, it's got more advantages than that. It also keeps the numbers down at World Cup level, which isn't a bad thing, especially when it comes to the individual races. And it's also good for the athletes. I feel it's good for the athletes to race at their own level rather than trying to race at the level above, which can only be depressing when you find yourself 2, 3, 4 minutes behind.
I can't disagree with that. No, absolutely. And the learning in the IBU Cup, it's about learning how to race, how to pace yourself.
Welcome back. There you can see the top 5 teams all the way through on this 3rd leg, coming down towards the range now for their 2nd shoot in the standing position. We could see a few changes here because the pressure at the front is mounting with the first 3 teams so closely packed. France, Germany and Russia are in there with Norway and Team 7, that's the Czech Republic. Michael Schlesinger racing for them, and he's pretty good with the rifle. He's had bad moments, hasn't he, Mike? He's gone through periods where he hasn't been able to hit anything, but I think after the World Cup in Novo Mesto last year, he started to pull things together.
Yes, he has, and certainly Michael Schlesinger just coming into picture now alongside the Norwegian. Certainly he's feeling very confident about this season, and a lot of pressure for the World Championships at home.
Looking forward to that. I hope it's not as windy as it was when we went there for the World Cups last year. It was blowing a gale.
It will always be windy there.
And I hope they get a decent amount of snow. So, Volkov versus Lesser versus Beatrix, the leading 3 in this mixed relay. Lesser nearest the camera for Germany. Keep an eye on their targets on the right-hand side. Russia first to strike. Good shooting from Volkov. 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3. This could be a decisive move from the Russians. Oh, he throws number 5 wide. The hardest one when you try and shoot like that. Now the mistakes coming thick and fast. Norway with the chance to close down on the leaders, but they've missed that opportunity.
Eric Lesser, look, he's blowing through his rear sight, so whatever has happened there, the snow cover was down, maybe some snow has fallen off the trees to drop into his rear sight.
Bjørntegard having a nightmare, Mike. This may be where his lack of experience is starting to show at this level, and he can't afford another miss. France are in trouble and on the penalty loop. Germany on the penalty loop, and it's all change here. As soon as they get together, they get a little excited this stage of the season. Now, Bjørntegard with a vitally important shot. Russia and the Czech Republic are away, and Norway are going to move up into third position. Great shooting in the end, because the pressure was immense for those last two shots. Ukraine and Slovakia fighting it out. They too could move into the top 5 if they clear all 5. Look at that, 14 seconds between the leading two, but now 22 seconds between second and third.
It just makes you think. Germany were first into the range and France third into the range. They came in so fast. I think they really put themselves at a disadvantage. They try to push their pace too much coming in.
Strange, isn't it? After all those years' experience, they still make elementary mistakes, but it's that's what the beginning of the season is all about. It's why the beginning of the season is so exciting.
And it's so marginal. It's so marginal. You're on that rifle. It's only 11.5 centimeters the target. At 50 meters, it's tiny. One small mistake down here at the firing point.
Yeah, the first 4 going down for Volkov. That rifle was far from steady. Just brilliant reflexes. As soon as the target passes through the sights, he's let it go. Not easy to do. Now, is your money on Russia to wrap this one up? Yevgeny Ustugov on the last leg.
Ustugov, generally, Ustugov feels no pain, feels no pressure, and they do train the Russians well too. Well, there's never much reaction from the coaching crew, no matter how good or how bad it is.
What about Andrei Morovets for the Czech Republic? He's not far behind. You can see the gap for yourself there. And, well, that is certainly achievable. One miss from one miss from Russia on the prone shoot, and the two leading teams could be level.
Well, the Czech Republic team just doing brilliant. They are missing in their lineup, of course, Sukup, who had a terrible fall off his mountain bike in August, and they really thought he was going to have serious problems for the rest of his life, but luckily taken off to hospital, and it was collarbone and his arm badly broken, so he won't really be back till later in the season. Still training now, though. Bjørntegard just bounced his way up that hill beautifully.
Welcome back to Oestersund. The leading 3 teams are through. Volkov still with a comfortable lead over Schlesinger of the Czech Republic. Norway in third position. They are closing fast. Bjørntegard is having a very, very quick last lap, and as he comes towards the stadium for the final exchange, just one more lap to go, 7.5 kilometers. And Russia will be relying on Ustugov, the man who finished 13th in the World Cup standings last year. He's come in for Shapulin. Malishko also missing out on a place. The Czech Republic, well, they don't have a massive team. They don't really have any problems with selection. Schlesinger and Morovets, the 2 men racing today. Morovets taking the anchor leg, and he will be a little bit surprised for one, and I suspect there'll be a few butterflies in his stomach knowing that the pressure is on for them to claim a podium finish. Here comes Bjørntegard, Mike. He started this last lap over 30 seconds behind the leaders. Has he managed to close? He was 25 behind at the last split, now 25.3, so I think he's starting to run out.
He's running out of steam, but he's put the charge in. He knew this is the easy part of the track, so he had to really push himself on the steep climbs, and quite honestly, to pull 11 seconds back on Volkov, it's no mean feat. He's closed the gap on Schlesinger as well.